Hey, buddy. Welcome to a unique version of Wings on Katella. This is not going to have an episode number because we're trying to figure out if we're even going to call it Wings on Katella. As you can tell, our regular panel and cast is not with me. Today, I have RhysBWhite of Dynasty Dugout Baseball. Rhys, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. It's good to do this.
I know it's been a while since we've talked, or been in person. We talked on the phone yesterday, actually.
We did, yes.
For those who don't know, a little behind how the sausage is made. But yeah,
Always pull the curtain back, man. Always pull it back.
exactly. Show everyone how it works. So yeah,
What
I'm super excited to jump on here.
was the last time I saw you when we went to go see Bremner?
Oh, I think we might have caught each other after that because we did the Bremner Brody Brecht double up in the same day. Two
with
totally
Rou-
different
with
pitchers.
with Rowdy Rodriguez. He had like three triples that day, and we got the
It,
last of the. We got the single. We missed the triples. We got the
yes.
single. That's right.
That's right.
So
Although I think we saw Alvarez at the end of the season because we were both wondering, or you were
yep,
telling me that he was basically playing as like the fourth outfielder for Midland Empire.
that's true. Hayden Alvarez, man. Obviously, if you are familiar with Wings on Catella, we cover Orange County sports, the Ducks, the Angels. So a lot of you are going to be tuning in for Angel stuff or Duck stuff. Today, we're actually going to talk Major League Baseball draft. This is going to be the first of a handful of draft podcasts, and if it clicks, we're going to run with it. And if it doesn't, then hey, you got the first look and the fun one. The one that always, our first episode always ends up being the best episode, the way I look at it, right, Reese?
That's what I'm hoping.
So today we're going to talk Big West baseball. Just I don't even know what to call this other than just the guys that we're going to go see this year because of the draft. And that's a very select sentence to title a podcast, but that's basically what it is. Is these are the guys that we're going to go to these schools to go see them because of the draft. So we're going to start with the Big West. Rhys, I have my notebook open. I know you have your notebook open. Where do you want to start? And I feel like I want to end with Santa Barbara because obviously Santa Barbara is the big one. So where do you want to start? And we'll just go there.
Yeah, we can end with Santa Barbara. I actually was just telling my girlfriend, I was like, we're going to spend a beautiful weekend in Bakersfield, California, because Santa Barbara's playing Cal State Bakersfield.
I was like, are you going to? Are you gonna? You're gonna do Bakersfield instead of
I'm,
CSUN?
I might do Bakersfield. I might try and do both, but Bakersfield is much closer to where I'm at because I live up
Yeah,
the 395. Since this is a pretty local-ish podcast, people will know if you drive towards Mammoth, there's a little town called Ridgecrest. That's where I live.
the
But
biggest of the towns going out there.
yeah, but it's not the nicest. Bishop is definitely the nicest.
Yeah,
We have a Walmart, so we kind
it
of have that going
counts.
for us.
I did a
So yeah,
Starbucks. I did a Starbucks in your town one time.
yeah, we have actually
Yeah.
four if you count the one on the military base. But
Jeez.
do you want to start off? My first guy that I have is Cal Baptist. If you want to start off there.
Yeah, that is the whack. But I will jump
Oh
into.
my goodness, my
I
goodness,
am
I
very
am.
happy to add that because I don't think we're going to talk about the whack at any point.
Mhm.
So I am
Okay.
very excited. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Cal Bap. I saw them, man, probably 10 times last year. They have some interesting players, no doubt about it. It's not the premier, and I actually went to go see Whack because of Duminal, or I went to see Cal Bap because of Duminal, but I got Grand Canyon, UT, like UT San Antonio is going to come through there, and Orlowski is pitching for San Antonio. Outside of Dax Whitney, maybe the best arm out of Idaho in the last 20 years. So, but yeah, no, I'm all for it. I know you had a name in particular you were focusing in on.
Yeah, Cody New, Cal Baptist arm. Good fastball shape, probably a five starter type, like 92 to like 93, 4, I think is what I got. And then yeah, he's got he's fastball curveball. Like I said, five starter type. There's like a little bit of upside there. Maybe, he jumps into pro ball and all of a sudden, boom, the stuff takes a step forward. It's a decent enough mover. But yeah, he's something that I was really excited about. Apparently so excited that I put him in the wrong conference.
That's fine. No, I actually did. I don't know if you saw this. I tweeted about Cody a day ago, 2 days ago.
I did. I saw that.
Yeah.
And then, after we had our conversation, I was like just looking at all the guys that I'm probably going to be seeing this year. Because I'm going to be incorporating more college stuff into my fantasy looks. So,
I can't remember the guy's name. The kid at Grand Canyon that just got traded, Seattle, Isaac Leone. Isaac Leone and
hmm
Cody New were pitching against each other that day. The first time I got to really dig into Cody. And I really liked what I saw. Cody, like you said, it's low 90s. It's like 91, 94, peaks at 95. The curveball and the changeup actually, I'd say at least average offerings. I don't know if one's really like a true out pitch, but I think he's got enough in the bag. I was actually sitting next to a Houston and Milwaukee executive. I was sitting between the two, and I said, "Hey, this guy's next year. You guys," I was like, "If I threw a fourth round grade on him, what would you guys think?" And like, yeah, absolutely. They're like, we even maybe third. Like they're like, this is probably just outside of being a top 100 pick if we were to project next year. And um, so yeah, I think this is a guy that's going to go early day two. And if you're unfamiliar with draft terminology, technically all of the rest of the draft is now day two, but there used to be a separation. So if you say day two or a day two arm, day two player, that means rounds 3 to 10, pretty much. Did day three, 11 onward, which 11th round has not become a day three moment, but you know what I mean. So, and we're going to talk about terms that you may not know, but we just encourage you to learn them. It's a fun thing. So yeah, Cody is a big one. I really like Cody a lot. Like I said, probably might be the best arm out of the whack this year. I think you could throw Orlovsky in there as well, San Antonio arm. You've got a. I feel like the whack's gonna be interesting because they've like Utah Tech's got a little hitter. Every team out there has a little something. And it's kind of similar to the Big West. I think the Big West is definitely more dominant, especially with Santa Barbara and Irvine in there. But it's a fun little deal. Did you have is Cody the only guy you have circled it when it comes uh
Yeah,
to
for
Cal
Cal
Bap?
Baptist. Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
the that
mean
was the one name I got.
they've got two guys. I want one came from Riverside. He's I think he's a fifth year senior at this point. Orozco is the guy. He's a fifth year senior. He came from UC Riverside. Just a little competitor. He's like 5'9", little competitor, but he has enough there to maybe get a pro look. And that's what I think that's what when we talk about some of these schools, it's guys that might go pro, not impactful, not in any way. But I think Cody will obviously have some impact. But and then Ben Castelli, little outfielder. He's pretty good. He stole some bases, hit a little bit. I think he's a junior this year. That team kind of aged out, and they've got really good underclassmen. Chris Ramirez at shortstop, he's going to be a big time pick next year, and then Diesel Toth, another shortstop that I don't know what they're going to do with him because he's a freshman, but I think he can come in and compete pretty immediately over there. He Arrowhead Christian kid. So, um, well, now that we got the whack out of the way. It's okay.
My
I
bad.
love it. I'm gonna go see a lot of whack this year, so I'm cool with it. I love it. But we'll go Big West. I think you had a guy you when we were on the phone yesterday, you mentioned a name in particular that you are pretty excited to see. I think you're gonna go see him next Friday. And I think you're gonna go see UC San Diego against UCLA on their home or their opener.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out. There's some logistic stuff going on. But yeah, I'm gonna go see them, and I'm gonna go see the shortstop Anthony. Oh, we said it beforehand,
Potestio.
dude. Patesio.
Potestio.
See, I can get the like Spanish names really well. It's like the Italian sort of names that always throw me
It
off.
it
Anthony
catches.
Potestio. Yeah, and then Steele Murdoch are two guys that we were talking about for sure. But Potestio probably is going to be a really quick mover. Probably like what a second, third round sort of talent.
Well, I like the kid that you compared him. Was it Alex Lodice or Kyle Lodice?
The
Al
Florida State one.
Alex.
Like,
Did
yeah.
Alex win Golden Spikes last year?
Oh, see,
Alex might have won Golden Spike. No, I think Rock won Golden Spikes.
yeah,
I think
Rock
Rock
won
won
Golden
Golden Spikes.
Spikes.
Yeah, but he was a finalist. I know that Alex was a finalist. But yeah, I mean, if that's the guy you're drawing comparisons to, when you talk about Alex in particular, right? The impact had a question, but he went in the second round, which I think proves that the scouting department, the executives really saw something out of him. And I agree with Potestio. I think shortstop is shortstop's
You can
hard.
stand there.
It's hard to project a long-term shortstop. I think he'll play shortstop deep into pro ball, but it's whether or not he's a big league shortstop, I think is a bigger question defensively. Which it's not saying that he's a bad defender. It's just it's a really impossible task to play big league
Yeah.
shortstop these days.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite the twitchy athlete by any means to be there, but like, he can stand there, I guess, right now for the time being. What I got on him is like a 103/90th exit velocity, which is pretty good. 18% chase rate, 91% Z contact. So, he makes a bunch of contact. There is some quality of contact as well. And if he can stay at shortstop, he can be a quick mover through the minor leagues. Like he can be a guy who's up in the major leagues in 2 years, and from a smaller conference, quote unquote. That's a pretty big win for a team.
Well, I think that speaks volumes to, it doesn't matter where you play anymore.
Yeah.
If you're good enough, and especially in a day where we have the metrics that prove that you might hit a ball harder than someone else instead of, I think I agree. And like you said, it's not he's not the quick twitch guy. He makes contact, he hits a little hard. It's like it, people tend to ignore the guys that are 50 grade across the board, entirely
Yeah.
across the board. It's if you are average at everything, you're very good. Robbie
Hmm.
Grossman had a great career just being a very average career, player, right?
Yeah.
And that's the kind. I'm not going to compare him to Robbie Grossman, but it's like you can have a very solid big league career, and I think Potestio, if you're pulling a big leaguer out of the draft, that's going to be the guy from the Big West when it comes to bats in particular. I think Potestio is probably I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but probably the best like projection bat in the Big
Yeah.
West.
I,
Um,
I I think by far, the bats and the Big West just aren't as
I was
like
trying to think of
exciting.
like, I'm trying to think of like maybe Tommy Farmer, maybe, but I don't even think
Maybe.
he's yeah, that's a big maybe. I mean, UCSD has some guys that are probably going to go pro. Like Gabe Camacho is playing first base for them. He's like a typical D1 first baseman. He can hit a little, he has a little bit of power, but he has to limit the swing and miss. Like, are you going to take a first baseman at UCSD over a first baseman at SEC that perform kind of thing that maybe they don't project much, but it's like they've got Camacho like opposite corner is JC Allen on the dirt. He hit really well last year. Same kind of thing though. Like it's can he prove that he can play third? Is he going to go pro? Like Michael Crossland, I want to say Crossland actually was like player of the year. I think he's preseason favorite for player of the year down there. But another guy, just performer. Performers. Not a lot of big league stuff, but um, there's that. Like trying to think on the mound. Like Devin King, interesting two-way guy. I'm trying to remember, but like more upside is like a org reliever if I'm remembering right. And like Julian Cazares is a left-handed senior there. That's just it's if you remember guys, the Cazares family from the low desert is a big deal, and that's what I want to bring up. Cody New, by the way, kind of a funny story with Cody is our photographer over with the Sporting Tribune that went with us to do. I think it was we were featuring not Zach York, might have been Isaac, whatever it was, right? With the Grand Canyon stuff. Her name is Paige Creason. She's done great stuff. She did Angels for us all last year, and her little brother's best friend was Cody New out in Hesperia or whatever. So it was just a little funny little
Um,
connection. But um, one arm, and you mentioned already, is like every year UCSD or USD has an arm in the bag that's going to go day two. And this year, you mentioned it, Steel Murdoch. Um, should be their Friday guy. What is it about Steel that kind of stands out for you?
It's kind of just it's a good collection of pitches. It's a good fastball. I mean, we're also talking about a really good slider, and there's a changeup that he'll mix in there as well. He'll play around with the fastball like shape. He'll go with a four seamer and a two seamer. But it's like you said, it's a guy who probably is going to pitch for quite a while in pro ball. Like it's a pretty good starter, I believe. And then he's good frame, good mover. Kind of has all the little benchmarks that you need. Maybe just needs a little bit of polishing up by a pro organization, and he could also be a pretty quick mover through the minor leagues as well. Probably like a 2 year guy in the minor leagues.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you move him into relief, like super physical arm, right? And
Yeah.
sits like I just have it. He's a full bag of tricks guy. Like he's got what four pitches, the curveball. Like most likely he's going to land as a two pitch guy, as a fastball slider guy, but he's got the change, he's got the curve, he's got the bag of tricks. You mentioned he manipulates his fastball, doesn't lose velocity when changing it to a sinker cutter type pitch. Um, the question there is always going to be command, right? Like his strikes right now more just generality control as opposed to actually knowing where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But like you said, get him into pro dev. You know, uh, are you going to make your way down to La Jolla this year, or are you just waiting out on that UCLA game?
I might make my
I,
way down to La Jolla. I
I'm
mean,
thinking about it.
La Jolla's beautiful. Like
It's a
so,
good excuse, yeah.
it's a great excuse to go to one of the better towns, cities in in the area. So I'm definitely not against it. I want to go see him as many times as I possibly can
Are
because,
you
like you said,
are you in the real estate market for oh
I
yeah?
I don't think I'm in the real estate market for La
No,
Jolla.
no. What is it like? Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about Santa Barbara too. Big West, great. Come on, man. You can't say that Big West doesn't have the best schools or best towns and cities. You got La Jolla, you got Santa
Santa
Barbara,
Barbara,
you've got Bakersfield. Come on,
yeah, beautiful Bakersfield.
beautiful Bakersfield. You've got exterior Honolulu. I will go exterior Honolulu.
Yeah.
Hawaii. Anyone else at UCSD that's like caught your eye? I agree with the Murdoch thing. I think quick moving relief. If you move him to relief, it's going to be like what do you think, fifth round, sixth round, like midday two kind of arm, maybe higher, could be higher.
Yeah, someone that maybe if he turns out to be like a seventh, eighth inning reliever, you're pretty jazzed about that. Like it's a really good
Good.
outcome for him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's kind of all I got on San Diego. Like those are the big main guys that I really wanted to like
Yeah.
hammer down on and dig in on.
They've got like we'll talk about high school kids. You and I were talking about it before we came on. Like we're gonna save these for other things and everything. But they've got some interesting high school kids to go down to San Diego for too. Like Alex Harrington. I'm a big Alex Harrington fan. And also his brother. His brother has a chance to go pro too. So, um, Hawaii. Anything on Hawaii, man? I'm very curious to see. Like I don't know. Do you have anything for Hawaii? I've got two guys that like at least interest me a little bit.
I didn't really get much on Hawaii.
That's fine. Like Liam O'Brien. Do you remember Liam O'Brien? Like I'm trying to remember why. I don't know if it's just that he's been their Friday guy forever and a day, or if he actually got some prep run. I know he has like it's like a 60 curveball. He has an outstanding curveball.
Hmm.
Tall righty, really good curveball, but like he's like 90, 91, 92. Like
Yeah.
he's very much like an upper 80s with a curveball kind of guy, and it's working in the Big West. But I think it's just because he's been there forever and a day. Guy that's guy that's draft eligible this year. But he's not getting pulled. He's not getting pulled, but it's Tsubasa Tomi'i, and he played for the Japanese Little League World Series team. He is a junior this year. He's draft eligible. He's like 5'5" and throws like 86, but he has these insane like he's got like a high spin slurve, um, high spin slurve. He throws the splitter. A lot of Japanese kids throw the splitter, right?
Mhm.
No chance he goes pro as a 5'5" guy that throws 86, but just one of those guys I'm definitely watching just because of how fun the profile is. Not a pro ball player at all. I don't think Hawaii has a guy that goes pro unless it's Liam, but I'm a fan. I mean they got one of the Grudziolonic boys at this point too. I don't know. Anything with Hawaii that you got? I'm trying to think. Like,
No, I mean
well, that's what I feel
it's
like we're
hard to
trying.
get guys out there. It's
I
really
know.
hard.
Well, that's what like Long Beach State. They have no one whatsoever. They've got like they got oh, I always want to say Jason Demers because of the hockey play, but it's Devers. The kid that he was the third arm for Corona High School last year, behind Seth Hernandez and oh man, I hate that he got drafted. He was a two-way guy. Oh my god.
Oh,
I know. I know.
I'm, every
I
year
know,
we just
right?
names just fall out.
No, but I feel bad because you know how Corona was a three-headed monster and then they
Yes.
had the fourth kid?
Yes. He
And
was
I
the fourth kid.
hate but I hate that he's a fourth kid and I can't remember his name because he was such a good little soldier. Like when Corona was going through all that crap. Oh man, why can I not think of his name? I'm gonna research this. But like Long Beach State, they've got a 6'8" Hawaiian, but that's like it. There's just nothing there at Long Beach. Like and that's the thing with this is like Cal State Bakersfield, do you know could you name a player at Cal State Bakersfield?
Oh, I
That
think UCLA's Logan Redmond's brothers played there. That's all I
that
know.
was okay. That's fine. Well, that's like UC Davis has Jensen Hirschkorn's brother is playing the dirt there. And Jensen
Okay.
Hirschkorn is the kid up from Ethan Bingaman. Ethan Bingaman. That's the kid from last year. Love Ethan. Either way. Um, yeah, like UC Davis, like Jensen Hirschkorn's brother is there. I think his name's Vaughn Hirschkorn. A tall kid. He's playing the infield there. But like Braylon Woodridge is like the guy at Davis. He's like a two-way senior lefty that he hit well, he pitched well. Like, is someone gonna? I don't. I can't imagine UC Davis has had a draft pick in. I don't even know how long it's
A
been since
long
Davis.
time.
I can't imagine Davis has a draft pick anywhere in there. And then like, you're gonna go see CSUN, right? Is it kind of a plan to go see CSUN? Like maybe.
It's up the, I mean, it's kind of, and it's up in the air. And it's like if I decide that I don't want to go to beautiful Bakersfield, if there's any Bakersfield listeners out there, I'm sorry.
Dude,
It
Bakersfield's fine. It's it's
it's fine.
it's
It's not that bad.
I've had
I
I
think it
have
gets a
had
worse
great
rep.
times in Bakersfield before.
There's some great restaurants in Bakersfield.
There actually
Like
are.
really good ones. So yeah, but no, CSUN's kind of up in the air. I need to dig into that more. I wouldn't mind getting down to Northridge and catching. They have a nice little stadium down there too that I don't
Yeah,
mind.
very.
But I don't really have anybody circled for CSUN right now. There'll probably be one or two guys that maybe pop up. They're always good for an arm or two every couple of years.
Yeah, I don't remember their arms. I went to go see Oregon State there, and Iva Arquette went like he went like 11 for 9. Not 9 for 11, but 11 for 9 with like 20 home runs. He had an absurd weekend down there. It was I think he had 5 home runs on the weekend. And it was a weekend set. I can't remember if it was, I think Sunday he had 3 home runs. It was an egregiously good weekend for Oregon State. But there was a kid on Northridge, and he's a sophomore this year. I don't know if he's draft eligible sophomore, but Andrew Becker. He's got I think he's a pro ball player. Like he's pretty good, man. I was surprised. Andrew Becker, he was their top performer last year, if I'm remembering right, as a freshman. Um, I'd never heard of him until I saw him. But I think he's going to be a pro ball player. He's very interesting. I know he had a good year last year, but he can go get it in center field. Um, he can hit a little bit. He's got some sneaky power. I think he had like double digit home runs as a freshman. Like, I'm a fan. I've got you know what? I should just pull up his stats here. Let me see. Andrew Becker, BB Let's see if they got Northridge stats. Sure do. Sure do. He had 2 home runs, not 2 home runs. He 821 OPS, struck out 26 times, 204, walked a little bit. I liked it. He actually played have you found him on BB at all?
I have not.
So he played in the Alaska League last year. He hit 297 with a 777 OPS. Stole 10 bases in 30 games. 130. Yeah, he had more walks than strikeouts, and I mean, it's not like Alaska is going to be the mind-blowing, outstanding,
Summer Ball League.
summer ball league, but no, I think they like. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if he's eligible this year. He's a sophomore, so probably not. But definitely a kid I've got my eye on. I'm thinking org filler type, but good enough. So um, now we've gotten into the big boy schools. Oh no, Riverside. Do you remember anyone from Riverside last year?
I don't remember anybody. I remember the starter that we saw, he couldn't have been touching 90. Like
I don't think
if he was
so.
touching 90, he touched it once or twice.
Yeah, I
Um,
can't.
he was just throwing some stuff up there, which is good for him. But I don't remember anybody from that. I remember because we saw Bremner, and Bremner was the command. The command was a little bit like iffy,
He,
and then also he got BABIP to death by that.
he got ambushed and BABIPed. Everyone was sitting fastball, just early count fastball swing at the first thing. That was it.
Yeah.
He
Although I
he did strike out like 12 that day, but actually interesting deal about Tyler on that day. I think that was you remember how he had to take off and we took off kind of thing?
yeah.
Like he finished his outing and he's like I went and because I had the interview set up with him and I went down and they're like, hey, he had to go. And I'm like, I've got to go too. Um,
Yeah.
I think that was the day his mom took a turn for the worse, which
Yeah.
it's awful.
Awful.
Like well, I mean, I think if you're listening to this, I think you're aware, I lost my mom 6 years ago. I was 28. I think it was 27, 28 years old at the time. Like losing your mom as a 20, 21-year-old, I feel for him. So yeah.
Yeah.
And when you go into the story a little bit, her name was Jennifer, right? Jennifer. Heard she was just the most lovely of lovely, outstanding women. So
Yeah.
for the Bremner family, um, like it, obviously you're listening to this, you're probably angel centric to a degree of some degree. Tyler Bremner, super easy to cheer for, super easy to cheer for. But
And I want to say
Riverside,
that was around the time the fastball shape took a step forward as well.
mhm,
Like that was
yeah.
when everything sort of started to change parametrically. After it is, they were on the same time too, which was, got to be an interesting time. And I
Well,
feel for Bremner and the Bremner family.
his first seven starts compared to his last seven starts, whatever it was, whatever you split the season in half was,
Yeah, his
it,
second half was crazy.
it was insane. That's what when McIlvain said it's the best in the nation. It's like no, you're pretty on top of that. You're pretty spot on. He was like a sub 2 ERA with like a 45% strikeout rate. It was absurd.
Yeah.
There was a kid I do remember a little bit from Riverside that is draft eligible. Robert Pitts. He was that center fielder. Black kid that played center field there, I think. But he was the best hitter on the team. Stole a lot of bases. He's a senior this year, so you can imagine like probably an NDFA maybe at best. Because like, why would you like if you're sitting there in the ninth, 10th round trying to save money, like you're gonna take a ACC, SEC senior probably instead. But the
You can go
performer.
get it. You can go get it in center field. That's not an easy center field in Riverside either.
It's not. You're looking into the sun, like dead into the sun with their time of day,
And
with
it's
their game
massive.
time. Yeah, no, that's a hank of it. I really like UC Riverside. It's a good field. It's a good little,
Yeah.
great park. But yeah, can't remember if he was. Do you remember who I'm talking about though? The little center fielder.
Yeah, I think he made a few like I don't think
It-
he ever made like the highlight reel play, but there were some plays that were like like maybe if you really want to be
someone.
optimistic, a 55 center fielder, like that might be the
Yeah, I
carrying
think
tool
so. Let me see. I'm
with
pulling him
some
up
speed.
here. Robert Pitts. Robert Pitts. Here we go. Oh, he came from Cyprus. I didn't know that. He came from Cyprus. He was at Birmingham High School in LA. Played at Cyprus 2 years ago. Yeah, no, he hit real well last year. Really, really well. Yeah, I don't see why not. I liked it. I remember. I would say this is like you said, 55 is a chance at his defense because the way I look at it is like does your normal Division 1 center fielder, not your pro center fielder, but your normal Division 1 center fielder, make the catches that we saw him make? And I don't know if they do. It's a
No,
50-50 split. So, once he gets in a pro ball, he has to keep making those kind of thing. But I think he hit enough. He stole bases. He's got probably a six runner, probably, if I'm remembering
yeah,
right. But like, I think like
there's some twitch there.
yeah, if we're going school by school, like I think Riverside actually has a reason to go. Like I'm not gonna go to Riverside on purpose to go see this guy, like as opposed to just him kind of thing. But I will be watching him when I go to Riverside. That's what I would
Yeah.
say. Um, Four schools left, man. Where you want to go?
Well,
We got
you want to save
Poly,
the
we got Fullerton, we got
We can
Irvine,
go to
Santa
we can
Barbara.
go to Pauley. They got a really interesting transfer down from Oregon State. Leif
Very.
Palmer,
Mhm.
19 inches of induced vertical break on the fastball. It's a good fastball. He's got a really good slider as well. I think if the changeup takes a step forward, this is a guy who could see his stock like rise pretty drastically. Like if he can show that he can throw 3 pitches, then all of a sudden this is a what ceiling's like a fifth round arm because it'll be a 1 year sort
I
of
I
sample
think
size.
even you could even bump that a little bit.
Okay.
I feel
Um,
that way. I feel like he could go 3-4.
but you already know that he can be a good reliever, right? He's got
Yeah.
the stuff. But he went to Poly, I believe, to be a starter because obviously he's not
Hmm.
going to break into that absolutely loaded Oregon State rotation.
No.
Um, and his like slider gets
Was
up
he
to like
closing
87 to
for
88.
was he closing for Oregon State?
I believe he's part of like the high leverage mix.
Yeah, I think yeah. He's tall too. Colorado
He is
kid.
tall.
He's Rocky Mountain kid. He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I was watching some video of him.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Like it's glove side dominant, no doubt about it. It's glove side dominant. Like it's he sits like 94. It's a cutter. Like that's the thing. It's a power cutter. When you're cutting at 94, it's very good. Like you said, also was it you said 19 inches of vertical?
19 inches of vertical on the fastball from what
That's
I was able to
I did
source.
not know that. That's notable. That's very
Yeah.
notable. I mean, that's some giddy up on that fastball.
Yeah, if there's a third pitch, this guy might really like come out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. the guy, I don't know. The thing about Palmer is I don't know if he's getting Friday nights. He'll start, no doubt, but I don't know if he's getting
Yeah,
Friday nights because of another 6'6" kid is Griffin Naes. I think it's Naes, Naess. Naes. He's from Laguna Beach. But super easy delivery. The changeup's really good. He's like 88, 91, so that's where it's gonna dog him a little bit. It's probably not gonna be like probably not day two, but a day three, but like super deceptive, compact arm stroke coming from that 6'6" slot. There's serious hop on the heater. Like I wonder what his induced is because I bet you I bet you Cal Poly is like building on the IVV. But
right.
yeah, day three guy for me in my book, and like you could probably start him in pro ball. That's the way I would look at it because he's got field to locate. The delivery is going to give you like identity. I wonder how much more. The one thing I would say with him, I don't know how much more projection there is here, but it's a good fastball, even though it's a low velo fastball or moderate, below average velo fastball. But I like this kid, Griffin Nass. I don't know if do you have the numbers there?
It's 18 inches of
Yep.
IVB on the fastball and then 20 inches of fade, I think, on the changeup, which is pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I really I like
He's your classic SoCal righty fastball
you
changeup guy.
you get a little bit of you get him a third, a breaking ball, and you get him like just give him if you can get him sitting 91, right? Instead of like getting up to 91, he's sitting 91. I think you got an easy day three arm that
Yeah.
might even flirt with a day two kind of thing. Um, what about Fullerton, man? I know I know we were talking about we were kind of joking about it because Fullerton, like you think about Long Beach not having anyone, like Fullerton and Long Beach always combine against each other. It's just weird that didn't Fullerton just won a championship not that long. I mean, I say not that long ago. It's been quite a while at this point, but
It's
you
been a
know what
little
I'm
while,
talking
yeah.
about.
It
Not that
always
long
feels like
ago. See,
they've,
that's what's
it's
not that long
always,
ago for you.
ooh, like 5 years-ish.
Oh, see,
Like,
I go like 15.
yeah.
I
I
I, I
remember when
say
Fullerton won a
something.
championship, it
It's
was like
like
a big
oh
deal.
nine, oh
Yeah.
nine, roughly. Yeah, like fifth. Well, seven,
I was in middle school.
17
So,
years now. That's all right. I was a junior in high school. If that's the case. I would have
yeah.
started my senior. I started my senior year in 2009. So that's
Okay.
but so that's why I say 15 years ago wasn't that long ago, and then I realized that's 17 years ago at this point. So
Right.
no, I mean the joke. If you're familiar with Fullerton baseball, the joke is always that if there is a sub 5'10" shortstop that plays at one of the Trinity League schools and can't hit the warning track, he's going to go play at Fullerton and start all 4 years.
Hmm.
Eli Lopez. He went to Los Altos, which is like Whittier, but Eli Lopez, the undersized middle infielder. I think they finally moved him over to second. I think they finally, but he, slap and dash guy. Probably gonna like lead. Doesn't strike out. Doesn't hit for power, but he plays decent. He's a little speedy, twitchy dude. So Eli Lopez is a guy, probably a senior sign because he did make it to a senior. I thought he might get attention last year, and I don't think he did get drafted. But senior, Micaiah Negretti, also a guy from Servite. Just little performers kind of thing that kind of run through. Like Cameron Kim is there. Cameron Kim was the UCLA guy. If you remember, do you remember Cameron? The Kim family in Norco is very well known out here because there's like I joke around saying there's like 10 of them, but there's like four of them. It's like the South Assinis from Vegas, right? Um,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing. But Cameron, he's going to go play. I imagine he will play third base as opposed to first base at Fullerton, but he's got enough bat to be a day three guy because he was a big time guy at a high school. Like recruiting wise, I would say
Yeah.
recruiting. Well, the fact that he had a UCLA, but like recruiting wise, he was a huge deal out here. Pro, there was a lot of waiting on what the pro upside was going to be, and right now I think you're seeing what it is he's going to be a power over anything else right now.
Yeah.
Um, Trying to think. I'm running through the roster here. Like they've got
Do
some
they have
fun
their next
seniors.
Thomas Eshelman? They always seem they've been trying to create Thomas Eshelman in the aggregate. It seems like, to use the
I
Moneyball bit, it always seems like they're trying to find that next guy.
I don't know. So the other kid, Arrowhead Christian kid was Bobby Mahoney. I saw him last year against I think Josiah Hartshorn. I don't think he took him deep. He might have taken it. No, it was the Brady Marietta, I think, took him deep, which Brady Marietta this year. Yeah, they've got Chris Hernandez. Do you remember Chris from up your way a little bit? He went to Bakersfield Christian.
I didn't get a chance to see Bakers for Christian all that much, but actually, you know what? I
He's a
might have seen
redshirt
him.
sophomore this year, and he was good, man. I know he almost went like almost pro out of high school.
Hmm.
And like probably like a one of those like 11, 12 round guys that would have signed for like 400K maybe.
Yeah.
And I think he had Tommy John. I think that's why he's a red shirt. But I don't know if he's draft eligible this year, but if he is, yeah, I'd pay attention there. It's a really good changeup, which like you said, typical Fullerton stuff,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, I mean, the one thing I want to come back on is Fullerton and Hawaii both are so heavily loaded with upperclassmen. I think both of them are going to be very good. Like
Hmm.
in the standings marker, right? I think they're going to win some serious games, but because like who was it last year that was it Irvine that like Irvine was not like this. They had talent. Tony Martinez and Yeaman and
Yeah, they had
everything.
a few drafted guys, but not like super crazy or
But I
anything
was
like
gonna
that.
say it's not like they were like this off the wall like amazing team, but they won. They made it to Omaha with ease, I think,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So more to them. So like if Hawaii or Fullerton surprise you this year, like with their winning, I'm not surprised at all. They're a very experienced team.
Yeah.
And
They
Cam
seem like the
Kim,
exact sort of teams you don't want to see as like a third seed in a regional.
I
Like
was gonna
that's the
say like Ricky Ojeda. I'll just get to you on this as Ricky Ojeda at Irvine, right? He's got to
yeah.
face Hawaii. He's got to face Fullerton. Now, it's like yes, you're going to go pro and you're going to be a high end pro because Ricky Ojeda is probably a top three. I don't want to say top two right now just yet, but like he very easily could be a top 2 round pitcher. I'm going to go top 3 round pitcher regardless, but I think he's going to be in the first 80 picks probably.
Yeah.
So, but he's got to face these guys. So, Ricky Ojeda, the Irvine lefty, what do you got? I know that you were a little
He
big
gets
on Ojeda.
crazy extension down the mound. Like it's almost upwards of like 7 feet of extension down the mound. Like it's pretty crazy stuff. Fastball's got 19 inches of induced vertical break. The velocity is pretty good. And the other thing that for him that he needs to, I think he needs to find a more consistent breaking ball. Like the breaking ball is going to be the ultimate like carrying thing there because I think but the fastball's good enough to get outs. Like he can throw it right now and be fine. So he's just it's going to be interesting to see how and which those pitches develop for him, the
I think,
secondary pitches.
I always mess it up. It's not Quintana, it's not Urquidy, it's the other Jose, not Suarez. Who's the lefty that's been with the Angels the last couple of years? It's like 80% fastball usage. He's like
Oh,
5'11, lefty, came from Miami. Can't remember
oh,
the guy's name. Quijada, Jose Quijada.
yes,
Like I know when you're listening to this, and if you're the Angels fans, like hearing that this guy at Irvine reminds me of Quijada, you're like, that's not good because. But think about it. Jose Quijada also is a major league baseball player, so you might, and he's going to get a job as a major league baseball player for the next however long he wants to pitch. He's got that
yeah,
kind of deal. So when you go out to Irvine this year and you see this kid that's striking out 14 against UC Riverside, right? He strikes out 14 UC Riverside bats or something like that. Just remember that's a big leaguer that you're seeing as a 20-year-old. And that's the way I would look at it. Is very interesting. It's not some guy that just pitches at Inland Empire or Ranch Cucamonga or Lake Elsinore. This is a very high end. Like this is a big leaguer. It's a very important thing. So yeah, Ojeda for me, I like to see a slightly better command, slightly better command. I'm we're more nitpicky on Ricky because he is
yeah,
going to be a second round pick. We talk about the guys that we like that might see pro ball, like because that's a very big gap between this. We like Ricky a million times over that. Yeah, I'd like to see a little, like you said, a little bit better of a breaking ball, more consistency. I think delivery wise, he gets out of whack pretty quick. And I want to see him just stay tight to that delivery more than anything. But he's also, like you said, he's 5'11" with a 7 foot extension. Like
That's going to play.
yeah, that's substantial. That's going to work. The fastball gets on you in a heartbeat. And what average fastball right now, like 92, 93,
For
roughly.
him or in the
Yeah,
major
for
leagues?
Ricky.
Yeah, for him it's about 92-ish, 93. It doesn't really apparently he's been up to 96, but we'll see that,
Yes.
if that holds. I mean, I think this is a guy who could be just thrown, he's just going to be thrown in the bullpen, just be awesome at the next level because unless the breaking balls sort of take that next step forward, which we're kind of hoping, but I mean, he threw like the fastball like 700 times, and I don't think any other pitch got close to like 150 times last year. So it kind of shows you what he's doing. He's up there and he's spamming fastballs and no one's able to hit them.
Yeah. Um, Tommy Farmer came from Texas,
Yep,
transferred from Texas.
Texas transfer.
Pretty good ball player, man. I've got to grab my notebook here, but let me see here. Right-handed hitter. Just when you're trying to find time playing at Texas, you're gonna move on and stuff. But
Yeah.
like super, really good athlete. Like incredible runner. Probably like arguably a seven runner. Arguably a seven runner. Um, I like him a lot. I want to see. Everyone talks about him being like one of these when he walks on the field, you notice him, like Brandon Marsh was that way kind of thing.
Yeah. First off the
Is
bus types.
yeah, first off the bus. Like I'm trying to think of who is the kid. They had Colin last year. Colin Yeaman was that guy. I mean, Colin Yeaman looked the part last year, but this guy looks the part even more so. And Colin went
Hmm.
in the fourth round as their top hitter kind of thing. As a
Yeah.
he played shortstop, probably will play shortstop Pro Bowl, but a non-shortstop guy. Like this is a guy that's maybe a center fielder, probably a center fielder because of speed, but like probably a right fielder. Everyone talks about the physique, right? So what I'm looking for is him to tap into the power. I want to see him hit for power. I want to see the arm grow. That's where I'm going with Tommy. You're probably going to see Tommy as well, I'm guessing.
I'm probably going to go see Tommy as well. I mean, what I got right here is 104 90th exit velocity. So, there's some good, there's some power there. You'd hope for some more, but this was during his time at Texas. And I wonder if I'm going to be very interested to see how he translates that power into over the fence stuff more and
Well,
with more playing time, hopefully.
yeah, you're talking about dry air compared to incredibly
In
wet
Irvine.
air, right?
Yeah, in
Incredibly
Irvine.
wet air.
Yeah, you walk
Um,
outside and you're just covered in the dew, basically.
it's nice. It's
It is
it's it's
nice.
not the difference between humidity and like ocean breeze. Oh, so
Yeah.
much better. You ever been to Omaha?
I went to Omaha as a kid. Yes.
Okay.
It is
I
not fun. That
I have
mid that
family.
that
Oh,
Midwest it's not fun. I mean, I live
no,
up here. Like I live it's like
that is
115
true.
and like and
That
like
is
awful.
that is true. I'm sorry.
That's
Um,
okay.
no, so Omaha, I had family that lived there, and so I spent like a summer there one time. So I've been in Omaha because I have a cousin that's like 2 months younger than I am, kind of thing. So we were
Hmm.
doing the summer thing, before senior year, all that crap, right? She came out here, we went out there. Um, I've been in Omaha when it's been 102 degrees and like 99% humidity,
Oh my
and
God.
you're dying. I've also her wedding was like first week of January or something like that. It was a high of one and a low of -1, and it was like so. I've been in Omaha with 102 degree difference or whatever, with
Yeah.
also a 99% difference in humidity. It's
Yeah.
Omaha. Yeah. Everyone wants to go to Omaha in July or it used to be June. No, not June. May. My months are so far off. Everyone wants to go to Omaha in May, right?
Hmm.
Um, Now, one more guy, and we mentioned Ricky Ojeda. I don't know if he's going to get Friday nights, and the reason I say that is Trevor Hansen. Trevor Hansen, just a big like he's a do it all. He's a do it all starter. Throw strikes, fastball's just low 90s, like probably peaks at like 94, 95 is probably the peak. But like probably averaging 91 and a half, 92. Um, but he's got really good off speed. I mean, it's another bag full of tricks kind of guy. Kind of reminds me of Naeus up at Pauley, except for I think I'll say Trevor's notably shorter. I want to say he's like 6'3", which 6'3" is tall as for a pitcher. It's a good size for a pitcher, but like you're not 6'6", right? You're not 6'6".
Yeah.
But no, I liked Hansen. I think Hansen goes pro this year. I don't know if about day two arm, but probably a day three arm. I think Hansen's definitely another guy that I'm circling in to go see him. No doubt I'm gonna go see him. Hansen's 6'2". I just pulled it up. But yeah, I think Irvine again, another team that's got serious skill and serious experience. So
Yeah, they're probably gonna. I mean, I don't think they're gonna host a regional, but they'll definitely be a good two seed.
yeah, no. And then anybody else at Irvine that you're gonna go see?
Mm,
We're gonna go see everyone that plays there, whoever's
yes.
playing is what we're gonna see. But like
Yeah, anybody that I'm circling right now, no,
reason to go out
those three are
to
the
Irvine to
guys.
go see them. Anyone?
Those three are the guys that I've got kind of
Yeah,
circled.
yeah, same. Now you're gonna have to stick around every Santa Barbara game because they've got how many arms they got? They're gonna go pro this year, and not pro,
Oh,
but like maybe like day two early.
they have. I mean,
They
Flora's
Florida
definitely going like,
he might be RHP1 right now.
yeah. It's him or Fluky, right? So it's. I'm gonna say like they could have like 6 or 7 guys drafted, like, and it would not
Uh,
shock me at all.
the catcher will go, but
The catcher.
he's going to be a he'll. But I can't remember the kid's name. The catcher though, is Santa Barbara.
He's been around for a while. I think I saw a stat that
Yeah,
they have like the catching like their catching unit has like some of the most experience in D1 baseball. So like they've got some
Nate
guys that have been around for a while.
Nate Vargas. Nate Vargas.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, so we can go guy by guy at this point, but literally every day Santa Barbara is going to have a pro pitcher, and probably a pro pitcher this year. That's a big deal. I don't know. They're hitting, eh, eh. I don't know. But what's I mean, we can start with Jackson Flora if you want. I think Jackson Flora, like you said, I think right now as we speak, if you're looking at the top, I don't even think about top right-handed pitcher. I'm probably going top pitcher at the moment is probably there's an argument for Flora, right?
Yeah. There's an argument for Flora. I've heard, I was talking with some people that cover the draft, and they were like Flora or what's his name? Fluky's probably their guy, but Flora's
Yeah.
really close. Then you got Liam Peterson out at Florida. So there's a, this is a
And
it's an interesting group at the top of this draft.
well, and then you start getting into like the prep lefties, but after that, like there's not like we already mentioned Jensen Hirschkorn. Like Hirschkorn might be the top like right-hander after Flora, which he's
Yeah.
mid-state, right? Or he's like Modesto area or something like that. But either way,
Yeah.
no, Jackson Flora like could be the top pitcher off the board this draft. And we're gonna save other stuff, but like if you have the top, if you have the number one player in the nation in Rocholowski, right? Who he's not a lock to go 1-1, but if you're putting money down, I don't
It's about
think
as close of a lock as I feel like these days.
I feel like you got to see what Justin LeBron does because of the peak
Yeah.
upside, right? You've got and then like Colt Emerson, it models he'll stand out because he's not going to be 18 by that time. But like I don't know what the White Sox are going to do model wise, but realistically, Rocholowski, you know, go look for White Sox polos at UCLA every time you're there because they're going to be there. But if you imagine Rock going one, and then you have Jackson as your top. The West Coast would be very dominant, especially Los Angeles or Santa Barbara's Ventura County, right? But either way,
Yeah.
you've got between 150 miles, you've got the number one pick and the top right-handed pitcher in the nation. That's pretty nice. Yeah, Flora. What is it about him that stands out? Because obviously we went to go see Bremner last year, and we missed Flora the day after. Or did you go see? Did you see Jackson the day after?
No, I decided to go see Inland.
That's
Um,
right. You were going to see who are they playing? I can't remember. Either
they
way,
were playing the Rockies affiliate, so like I was like,
had to have been
I saw
Amador.
Brecht. I saw Brecht the day before, and he was like really stiff. Like I don't know what happened to
Yeah.
him. Oh, well, the Rockies happened to him. But yeah, I did not go see Flora. I wanted to maybe see if I could double up, but I just didn't think it was within the what was going to happen that day for me.
The thing with Jackson, right, is he had a lot. He had not a lot of questions, but he had questions, right? Eh, how good's the delivery? How good is the changeup going to be, or not the secondary, the breaking ball, right?
Yeah.
Um, Immediately answered those in the fall. Like his jump, because it was one of those like this is a first round type arm. When we're looking at him last year, but what
Yeah.
he did in the fall, and what people saw in fall ball, they're like, this guy's night and day better, and he was already a first rounder, right? This is a guy that I would never call anyone an ace, especially an amateur, but like when he gets in a pro ball and he continues his projection, this could be a number two in a rotation. This could be a future all star kind of guy with his
Mhm.
with his repertoire and everything. I don't know how you feel, but um, yeah, I'm a big fan of this guy, man. Big fan.
I think he's a number two. Like he could definitely fit in as a number two, right? We're talking about a good fastball, a good breaking ball. I
It is.
believe the
I'm sorry.
changeup.
It is the breaking ball. The changeup is the one that took the. Sorry.
Yeah, the changeup's the one. The changeup's the one that's taking the step forward in fall ball. Like that's the one that's like when that happens. Like when that happened, it was like okay, this guy's definitely legit. I'm so excited to go see him. I know a scout friend who they're playing a really interesting opening week series against Southern Miss, UC Santa Barbara in Southern Miss. I know a few people that are going to go out and go see that, so that's going to be a really big, see what sort of polos people are wearing, I guess that day. But yeah, I'm super in on Flora. I'm super excited to go see him. Like I said, I'm basically planning a vacation to Bakersfield to go see him. So and then
Yeah,
a bunch of
right.
other
And
arms as well. So and he's worth it.
yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to find which Friday I'm going to take. I've got to go see him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and see him twice at minimum. But and I know that you made a good joke. It did not fly over my head. Is the polos? Don't worry about what they're wearing on opening
No, I
weekend.
know. I
We're
know.
when we get into May, sure, that's
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know
Opening weekend is not that big of a deal.
it's
But yeah, if Flores, he's just every like, a good number two is like if that's the ultimate upside, he can be a really quick mover too. Like obviously these guys are moving quicker and quicker these days, but I mean he's got some polish, there's some command here, and the changeup taking a step forward in fall ball really has cemented himself as probably a top 10 guy pretty easily. Things would have to go terribly wrong for him to not be drafted in the top 10.
no, like look for Eric Neander at his starts.
Yeah,
Look for White Sox. Now he is the first of like what do you want to call it? The four-headed monster, the four-headed beast. Like you've got Treba, you've got Aceves, and you've got the kid, not Fluky, the other one.
Prosky?
Yes, Prosky. Like all those guys, like those three names alone, I think all of them could go day two. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
be like shocked if one of them grew into being a day one guy, like a second round arm. Um, which one do you want to take? Because I really like Treba. I really like Treba.
I'll let you take him, then I'll take Prosky. Prosky's someone who kind of like going through the data that I was able to source. Like it's a 21 inches of induced vertical break from the fastball, 92 to 94. He does throw the fastball like a lot, and obviously for good reason. It gets results. There's a cutter there that he'll mix in as well, and a slider. I think that the cutter slider four seamer mix gives him a pretty nice like floor as a pretty nasty reliever, especially even though he is only 92 to 94, it probably like takes a jump forward in the bullpen. I don't know if you've seen anything about his velocity taking a jump up in fall ball or anything like that, but
It's a tick. It's not notable.
yeah,
Yeah, he's like you said, 92, 93 is probably where he's sitting mostly.
yeah. It's a pretty crazy fastball, 21 inches of induced vertical break, 11 inches of horizontal break. It's a pretty like pretty outlier pitch there. So I think that he's kind of the guy that I'm really excited to see. Do you know if he's a Saturday or Sunday guy?
Honestly, man, I have no idea because I don't like Treba. I really like Treba, and I feel like you have to throw a lefty into your rotation kind of
Yes.
thing to blend it. But Treba's the one that's probably going to be a reliever. Like out of those four guys, I feel like Treba's the one that fits the relief mold so much because I like Tree. He's undersized, but that angle, that low angle from the left side, I don't know how you're going to get a hit if you're a left-handed hitter off of him.
Yeah.
And I know that we like left-handed isolation is not a thing in big league baseball as much as it used to be, the lefty specialist, but it's still such a high value that I look at Cole Treba and I sit there and say, that's a big league arm. I don't care if because I think he's listed 6 foot. I don't know if he is 6 foot or not, but it doesn't matter because of where he's throwing the baseball. And it's so low. So I imagine Treba, because of experience, is going to be their Saturday guy. That's my guess. Because the rotation has not come out yet, right? I don't think so.
No,
But where are
no,
you going to
I
throw? Like we talked about, like we've got Treba, we've got Flora, we talked about Prosky.
Broski, and there's
Where are you putting a Savis?
Asavis is the next one too. Like he's also got a
Right.
really good fastball, and he's a draft eligible sophomore too. So it's going to be very fascinating to see how that sort of shakes out. Honestly, one of these guys is probably gonna, once he gets like signed as a pro, he's gonna be, moved from the bullpen to being a starter. So, do you want to touch more on Treba, or do you want to go into
I
Asavis?
I'm trying to like I'm gonna pull up their stats from last year. Because Savis came from no, Savis was there. But look
Yeah,
at who started last year. It's like Prosky is okay. Savis got starts. Treba did not start. Treba was their closer. That's right. So Prosky's probably getting Saturday because of experience then in that case. And then
yeah,
Savis started games. So that's I still feel like Treba is going to be the reliever that's going to end up turning pro
yeah,
or turning yeah. So
back into starter.
go ahead and do oh man, are you getting the feedback on that? Are you getting the backlash on that? Sorry.
No,
No, go ahead and take a Savis. I'm happy with it because the Savis is the one that um he was their Sunday guy last year. That's why. And that's or no, I'm sorry, not a Savis. Prosky was their Sunday guy last year. So I'm curious to see what a Savis if it is a Savis that does get maybe the midweek. Because I'm feeling like Treba probably gets the Tuesdays, maybe. I
maybe.
don't know.
He might be one of the best Tuesday starters in all of baseball then. I mean,
Yeah.
this pitching staff is absolutely loaded. But we're talking with the Savis, like we're talking about a really like good shape fastball, about 91 to 93-ish. Can maybe bump a five. But yeah, we're talking about a really, really good slider as well that'll mix in and a good changeup. He's, like you said, he's had some starts. He's pitched out of the bullpen as well. So there's some ability to move him around. Maybe he's a long reliever. But yeah, I mean, this Santa Barbara school is really, really good at developing pitchers, and I think Aceves might be a really interesting, like you said, day two, maybe early day three sort of arm. I mean, he does kind of have this, you know, thing in his back pocket where he is a draft eligible sophomore, so he can go back to school next year and it really not affect him. So he has some leverage there.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting to see how this all shakes out when it comes to the Santa Barbara stuff. Because you look at their pitching, and I'm trying to remember, there's no one else on that team though. Like it's strictly pitching on that team,
It's
right?
strictly
And
pitching. The
like
position players is nothing to write home about.
well, that's what I think you and I were talking about it because I asked you. I was like, do you remember anyone from this, like any hitters? And I think you mentioned McCollum, who ended up signing a UDFA with the Angels, right? And
Yeah,
then like the only other guy I can think of is Xavier Scare, who like I think he's a senior finally. I think Xavier Scare's finally a senior, but like he's the third base for them. Not, non-primary defensive position player that's kind of performed, kind of not, doesn't project as much. But like um I'm with you on the Savis. Like I just want to see what happens with this rotation to see what really builds. Treba, by the way, just I'm trying to remember his he was like a separator that not a lot of things kind of came with it is I'm trying to pull up I put out a number on it and it's um like he's athletic he's an incredible athlete he works in the low 90s but he's got like three or four pitches that he could throw for strikes he was one of 47 guys all of last year and this is all across all of D1 baseball I didn't separate lefties and righties which I should have but it's 30 plus strikeout percentage and sub 9 walk percentage right the only guys that like I'm trying to remember a lefty that had it, and I couldn't remember. I was looking this up just the other day, but it's like when you're one of under 50, you're pretty
you're
notable.
doing something all right.
Right, because you're adding like respectfully to that number, you're adding like Southeastern AT&T of Verizon University. Like
All right.
sorry, but like if you throw 90 at one of these organizations or one of these places, you're just gonna beat guys, kind of thing. Um, but this is no, I mean D1 baseball is good, but Coltree, but I'm very big on. It's a low angle. It's not a Tim Hill kind of like thing. He's so much looser. I think the athleticism is what really draws me into him. Is this is a guy that he could probably go play like he can't go play shortstop because he's left-handed, but like he could probably go play shortstop. I think he's a good enough athlete. He's a twitchy dude. It's just that he's undersized, and that's about it. And he hasn't had experience starting. That's the only thing. So if he starts, if Cole Triba is starting, and he is the Saturday guy for them, um, I think he could be a second rounder. So I'm
The
big on
ability
Triba.
The ability for him to mix in that two seamer is pretty nice too. It's like it's got a lot of movement, and that arm angle is just so tough to pick up on. Like if he can hold that up, like that arm angle for being a starter, that's some pretty nasty stuff. And like you said, good athlete. I believe I saw that he gets like upwards of 6 feet of extension.
Yeah.
So like we're talking about a really good athlete on the mound, and with some more developmental runway to go as well. So I think that that's a very interesting guy. And if he is the Saturday starter, he's going to be like a second, third, maybe fourth round pick, just depending on how this draft goes. This
Yeah.
draft is really deep.
Well, and on the same note, like if Asavis is the Saturday guy, I could see him going second, third, fourth, fifth.
Right.
If it's I always forget the other guy's name. What's the other guy's name?
Prosky.
Brodsky.
Prosky.
Like he could same thing, man. Same thing. So I should remember Frosky because he's the one that I went and saw him last year. But um no, that's Big West. I talked to just to go behind the curtain. I was talking to Thomas Murray, who couldn't join us today, but I think we're going to talk UCLA tomorrow. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to try this series, see how it runs. Rhys, thanks, man, for jumping on with me and doing this. You guys can follow Rhys on Twitter at I should know that RhysBWhite, and
White.
it's
Yep.
RhYs. That's how you spell Rhys, not Reese. Now he's no
No.
McGuire, man. He's no
No,
McGuire. He's
no.
no Witherspoon. He is his own
I'm a
label.
Hoskin. I'm a Reese Hoskin. So we both spelled the
Oh,
same
that's
way.
right, Rhys. That's right. There you go. So, Rhys, do you want to plug anything? You're a guest here, man. Guest of Wings on Katella, or
Yeah.
whatever we're gonna call this.
Right. Okay. You can follow my work, like you said, on Twitter at RhysBWhite. And then you can find my stuff at the Dynasty Dugout. I'll be doing a lot of West Coast coverage of baseball, pro and amateur. And yeah, I'm excited. I've never really dug too deep into like the draft side outside of like general curiosity and stuff. But it's going to be something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing it also from like a real life and like a Dynasty baseball perspective. So I'm excited. I mean, it's why I'm so excited to go see Rock Chalowski, who like if he was a pro prospect right now, he'd be a top five guy. And probably pretty close to like one. Yeah, he's like it's sixes across the board. So he's going to be a franchise shortstop. So yeah, but and yeah, next weekend I'll be over at UCLA with some logistics stuff being figured out right now.
Curious as to going on that. Where would you slot Rock? Is he better than Connor?
I think Connor's got a more exciting bunch of tools. Like it's outlier stuff.
I
It's him or Kevin McGonigal. Rock chill out. It'd probably be Connor, Kevin, Rock, just because Kevin's probably going to be a big leaguer. Probably breaks. I mean, the rumors are he might break camp with the Tigers. So
yeah. Yep. Connor to me is Joe Adell without the rushed profile that's going to help him hit. That's the way I
Joe
look at it.
Adell, when I saw him in the Cal League, was different. That was a different
He's
level of athlete.
Yeah, that
And
was
there was Brandon Marsh in that outfield too.
Brandon Marsh was there too.
That was a good. Marsh
And
is a good athlete. Odell was a different like
I think
animal.
Jahmai Jones was at shortstop.
Yeah, he was. Bouncing between shortstop
No,
and
no,
second
no, no.
base.
Yeah.
And then Kyron
Which
Paris was also on that team at one point.
who's there? Trying to think of who was ahead of that group. It would have been man, I want to say Malachi Witherspoon. Michael Hermosillo. Michael Hermosillo was on that group too.
Hermosillo.
A lot of people thought he would be a lot better than his career ended up, sadly. Craig Gentry was the comp I always got on him, which I thought that's
Hmm.
really good. But well, good deal, man. Appreciate it. Have fun at UCLA. Because I probably won't see just for the listeners, we will have someone at every local Division 1 game on opening weekend. We will have Jack Hazlitt at Fullerton versus Cal Bap. I will probably be joining him because it's going to be closest for me. I'm going to be at UC Riverside versus Utah Tech. Still figuring out USC versus I don't even know who USC is playing. Who's USC got next week?
I have no idea. I'm
Is
glad you didn't
Mason?
ask me to look up names for USC because that would be kind of awkward. It seems like there hasn't been as much going on there as you would hope
Oh,
for a Big
I
Ten
think
school.
Mason Edwards, dude. Now with Jake McCoy going down, Mason Edwards might be LHP1. He's up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
go. Go check out the velo bump on Edwards.
I'll go do that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have some fun on that. And then Thomas Murray will be at UCLA versus UCSD, man, UC San
Yeah.
Diego. So that'll be fun. Pulling back the curtain for those that follow us at the Sporting Tribune. Rhys, thanks again, man. And for the Sporting Tribune, I'm Taylorblakeward for Wings on Katella, or whatever we're gonna call this. I am Taylorblakeward, and you guys have an amazing rest of your week. We're 1 week away from college baseball. Have a good weekend, guys.